welcome back to our channel Homeschooling with Hera. Today we are diving into the fascinating world of modal verbs. From expressing possibility and necessity to giving advice and making requests, modal verbs add that extra layer of meaning to our conversations. So get ready to master the art of can, could, must, might, and more. Whether you are learning English or simply refreshing your grammar knowledge, this video is your ultimate guide to understanding and using modal verbs. So let's begin with what are modal verbs. But before that, subscribe to the channel and turn on your bell notifications as well so you get the notifications of my next videos as well. So let's begin with what are modal verbs. So modal verb is an auxiliary verb. Auxiliary means helping verb, okay? That expresses necessity, ability, possibility, or obligation. Let me add some more information about modal verbs. Modal verbs are the most commonly used English verbs. Some of them are even more used than the word see and look. So I hope you get the idea that why I'm teaching modal verbs to you and why you should learn them. Okay? But remember, modal verbs are helping verbs as I just told you. So we always have a main verb after them. Okay? In today's video, we shall cover these 4 types of modal verbs and what are the verbs that lie in these 4 categories. It is such a deep topic, but I believe that with this video, you will get clarity about the basics of modal verbs. So let's begin with expressing general ability. If you want to tell somebody that you can do something, if you want to show the ability of doing something, we use modal verbs like can, be able to, or could. Be able to is a structure that I have added here. You can replace can with be able to. We'll see some examples and you will get it better. So can works in expressing general ability in the present tense. For example, I can speak 3 languages. So this can is giving you the information about my ability, that I can do something, right? I cannot speak 3 languages. Can I speak 3 languages? A positive sentence, a negative sentence, and an interrogative sentence. I can, I cannot, can I? Right? We are talking about the ability in present tense. Let's learn about be able to. Be able to is a structure that can replace can, but I have heard people making mistake of using can with be able to. I can be able to. I can't be able to. Please don't make this mistake. If you are using be able to, don't use can, okay? Because being able to do something, it means that you can do something. Moreover, be able to is more formal and less usual than can. So if you are writing some formal letters or pieces of writing, or you are talking formally to somebody, you can use be able to, like I will be able to speak 3 languages by the next year. However, in some conditions, you cannot use can, so there be able to will help you. For example, it's nice to be able to help others. You cannot replace this be able to with can. It's nice to can help others. To can won't make any sense. So it's nice to be able to help others. Or we can also use be able to after some other modal verbs. For example, Jack might not be able to attend the party. Jack might not be able to attend the party. Here you cannot use Jack might cannot attend the party. Won't make sense, right? So you can use be able to for expressing general ability in present, future, and even in past. I was able to read when I was 3. Okay? So you can also use it in present, past, and future. Let's see the next one. ability in the past. My daughter could read when she was 3. The word could is talking about the past ability of someone. My daughter could read when she was 3 means she is not 3 anymore. When she was 3, she could read. My daughter couldn't read when she was 3. Past ability, but negative. She couldn't read. Could my daughter read when she was 3? And this is how you can make the question using could. If you want to improve your spoken English, try to make sentences like this: a simple sentence or positive sentence, then a negative, and then interrogative. It will really help you to be fluent in your spoken English. And with this, let's move on to our next modal verbs category, that is all about asking for or giving permissions. What are the modal verbs that are included in this part? Can, could, may, and be allowed to. Be allowed to is a structure like be able to that I have added here, and that can help you to level up your English. So you can see that we have can, could, and may here. Let me just give you a tip or information about the scale of politeness they have. Could is more polite than can. So if you want to make a polite request, go for could. And may is rather formal. If you are asking somebody something quite formally, you will go for may. Like we ask our teachers, may I go to the washroom? This is a sentence that our kids know since their very first day of school. May I drink water? May I go to the washroom? So why do we teach this? Because may is a formal way of asking something. Okay? And now let's see some examples and how to use these words in our sentences. If you are asking for permission, a casual way, can I use your phone? Can I use your phone? How somebody can reply, yes, you can, or simply, no, you can't, or I'm afraid you can't because I'm out of balance. If you want to be a little more polite than can, you can ask, could you lend me your lab coat? Could you? Could you lend me your lab coat? Well, I'm using it at the moment, so I can't. Okay, so here you can see the modal verb is here for giving and refusing permissions. Next is, may I leave? Yes, you may. You might be asking your boss, may I leave now, sir? Yes, you may. Or you may not, right? Once again, we have a point to remember that to give permission, we can use can or may, but not could. You can see here in these sentences that we have used the word can, yes, you can, or may, yes, you may. Even for the answer of could you, we have used can't, right? So we cannot give permission using the word could. I hope you have got the use of these three modal verbs, but I showed you a structure as well that was be allowed to. So let's learn something about be allowed to. When you're talking about permission, we sometimes talk about rules made by someone else. To do this, we can use can, could, and be allowed to. For example, I'm not allowed to leave early. So I'm not allowed to means that somebody is not allowing me or this is against rule. I can't leave early, okay? Were you allowed to go out at night when you were a teenager? We are again asking about some rules, okay? Are we allowed to take photos here? You might be visiting a museum or palace or some sacred places, so you can ask that are we allowed to take photos here? Means do you have any rules of taking photos here, or we can simply take it. But if you are asking to a person about taking his photo, so you won't say that am I allowed to take your photo? You will simply say, may I take your photo? Can I take your photo? So try using this structure in your sentences as well. And this be verb in this structure is telling you that you can change it to present, past, or future. Am, was, were, will be, and shall be. If you don't know about be verb very well, please watch a video all about be verb. The link to this video is in the description box. You will learn a lot from that video, and if you have any confusions about what is this be verb and what are the different forms of be verb, So that video is worth watching it. Do check out that. Next is expressing possibilities. To express possibility, we again need modal verbs. The modal verbs to use in expressing possibility are may, might, could, and must. Let's have a look at some examples now. So we use may or might to say that something is possible or that it is quite likely. So if we talk about the possibility scale, so may and might means that something is 50% possible. Okay, it may rain means you have a lot of chances that it will rain. It might rain is same like it may rain. Perhaps it rains. It may not rain or it might not rain will give the same meaning, but that will be a negative possibility. However, the word could tells us about something that is a little less possible than may and might. Okay, it could rain. Possibly it is true. Maybe you have some clouds in the sky, so you can say that it could rain. Okay, or it couldn't rain. This is impossible. The sky is all blue. It couldn't rain. Okay, or the sky is all clear. It couldn't rain. So we use could, sorry, it's a typo. So we use could to say that something is possible. Next, we have must. We use must when we realize that something is certainly true. Like it must rain, it's certain. The negative of this will be it can't rain, means it's impossible. For example, if I say she is not picking up the phone, she must be sleeping, right? So if you are certain about something, use must. The next one is expressing obligation. Or you can say if we are talking about necessity, right? So we can use have to or must. For example, we use must and has or have to say that something is necessary. Both must and has have to express necessity, but we use them differently. So now let's learn the use of must and has have to. But remember, they both talk about necessity, some strong obligations, right? Let's begin with must. We use must when the speaker feels that something is necessary. You must work hard since you are weak in maths. Maybe someone is suggesting a student to work hard because of his exams, so he is telling him that you must work hard. Or a doctor can say to his patient that you must take medicines on time. Why he is using the word must? Because he is certain that if he will not use medicine on time, he will face some consequences, right? On the other hand, if we talk about has have to, it is something like has to is used with third person singular, like he, she, it, and have to with everything else. Okay, so we use has to or have to when the situation makes something necessary. Here, the speaker is feeling that this is necessary, so he is using must. Here, the situation is giving you the sense that it is necessary at this point. In this situation, somebody should do something. Okay, so you will use has have to. You have to work hard, otherwise, you will not score well. Most probably, that somebody is going to sit in an exam. So the situation is the exam time. So this is an obligation that is situational, and this is an obligation that the speaker feels that's necessary, right? Let's move forward. Here is a point to remember. You might have heard the word have got to, which means the same as have to, but have got to is informal. For example, I have to do some work. I have got to do some work. Do you have to go somewhere? Have you got to go somewhere? So if you're talking to your friends or family or in a casual way, you can use have got to. And if you want to simply use have to, it works the same way. So they both are same. You can use any of them. However, remember that have got to is a little informal, so use it appropriately. Now we have some other modal verbs that will help us in expressing suggestions or advice. They are should, ought to, had better to, or be supposed to. Once again, had better to and be supposed to are some structures that you can use to sound impressive. They are similar to should or ought to. So let's first talk about should and ought to. We use should and ought to say what is the best or right thing to do. They both have the same intensity. You can use any of them. Should is more common though. You should or ought to complete your work before night. It means the right thing to do now is to complete your work before night. Elena shouldn't or ought not to call him now. Elena shouldn't call him now. Shouldn't is a contraction of should not. So somebody is suggesting Elena that she should not call somebody now. Not calling him now is the right thing to do at the moment, right? Let's talk about had better to. We use had better to say what is the best thing to do in a situation. This is stronger than should and ought to. So you can use it like this. It's chilling outside. You had better wear your coat before going out. She had better not be a part of this prank. You are talking about somebody and what is the best thing for her. She had better not be a part of this prank. It will not be good for her if she be a part of that prank. That's why you are saying she had better not be a part of this prank. Okay? Then we have be supposed to. So we use be supposed to when we are talking about the normal or correct way of doing something. For example, everyone is supposed to be in the hall. Everyone is supposed to submit the assignments before afternoon. Everyone is supposed to be in their full uniform. So be supposed to is used for the normal or the correct way of doing something. Another example is written here. You are not supposed to leave your seat, or you are not supposed to leave your seat without permission. Means this is not the correct way to leave your seat without asking for it. Got it? If you want to be good at this, try making these sentences. Try to say these sentences loudly. Record yourself, say them in front of mirror, and believe me, they will help you a lot with your spoken and written English. If you have got any questions, please write them down in the comments box. I haven't given you any information about a very interesting modal verb that is would, because would needs a complete separate video. We have lots and lots of uses of would that I shall be discussing in some other video soon. With this is the end of our today's class. I hope you have found it useful. If yes, so please hit the like button. If haven't subscribed, subscribe to my channel. I shall see you soon with something new. Take care. Bye for now. And don't forget to make it a great day. Bye.